You have a good day. You can't order me to get my hands out of my pockets if it's a consensual stop, ma'am.
Actually, I can order you to get your hands out of your pockets.
Okay, you need to go now, ma'am. You need to go. Don't be a cop if you're that afraid.
Okay, I'm trying to keep myself safe as well as my partner.
I'm trying to keep safe. Can you please get your hand out of your gun?
Okay.
Keep your hands where I can see them, ma'am. Please keep your hands where I can see them, ma'am. Get your hand off your gun, ma'am.
Sir, I need you to relax.
I'm with High Desert Community Watch. You're gonna get taught a big lesson.
Okay.
You better.
All I did, sir, was ask you to take your hands.
You know, that's not a lawful order, ma'am. I'm not being detained. You don't just show up and I'm your property. I don't care. Don't tell me what to do. Kick rocks. Go do your job.
It was a consensual stop.
Yeah, so kick rocks. Don't tell me to get my hand out of my pocket. I'm not your property, ma'am. No, I'm not. I don't have to do anything. You asked me, ma'am.
When I asked you.
No, you asked. That's a question. I'm declining.
For my safety.
No, not your safety. Do you see a gun on me? No.
The confrontation reaches a breaking point as a female deputy in Victorville repeatedly issues unlawful orders to control the cameraman from High Desert Community Watch. While she keeps her hand on her sidearm to exert pressure, the man firmly refuses to take his hands out of his pockets, asserting that he is not government property. Can a consensual encounter turn into illegal coercion simply because of an officer's fear? Let's analyze his bold legal defense in this intense moment. Thank you for watching ID Refusal 101. We would like to express our gratitude to the original creator, High Desert Community Watch, for providing valuable real-world footage on civil rights. Please follow our channel for more legal insights and make sure to support the original creator to help spread constitutional awareness.
Welcome to ID Refusal 101. We're here to arm you with legal knowledge to protect yourself. Subscribe now to know your rights and how to assert them. And now, enjoy the video.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. What do you got going? Okay? What do you got going out here?
No, nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
What do you got going on?
Work here. This is all proprietary stuff.
Oh, so how does that concern me?
Huh?
How does that concern me?
Just trying to figure out what someone's doing out here with the camera, that's all.
Kind of nosy, but yeah, that's fine.
What's that?
I said it's kind of nosy, but
Not really.
why would you want to know what I'm doing?
To protect our plant
From what?
from terrorists. People come here. We're just checking, that's all.
You sound like a dumbass. Terrorist in Victorville?
We're just, oh yeah, all over the place.
Oh yeah, you guys deal with it every day, I'm sure.
We're mandated by federal.
You're mandated. I'm not.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna be on YouTube now.
Have a good day.
You too. Bottom line is, I'm not gonna explain myself to two guys in a freaking golf cart. I don't want to talk, so.
Can I help you in some way?
No, I don't want to talk. Thank you.
The incident begins as security personnel at Victorville Airport approach High Desert Community Watch to interrogate his public filming activity. From the start, the security team violates basic encounter principles by asking biased and groundless questions. High Desert Community Watch exercises his First Amendment rights thoroughly, asserting that filming is legal and he has no obligation to explain himself to unauthorized individuals. In this scenario, the security's behavior shows signs of overstepping their authority by attempting to interfere with an activity devoid of criminal indicators. A common mistake citizens make is succumbing to fear and providing information immediately, but High Desert Community Watch employs a firm ID refusal tactic. Under the Fourth Amendment, you are not required to provide identification unless there is reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. ID refusal here is legally sound because this is neither a crime scene nor a traffic stop. Remember, ID refusal is your right to prevent potential police misconduct and protect personal privacy.
It's a power plant, man. I gotta call the cops if you're out here taking pictures.
They'll educate you and tell you can't do shit.
Well, they'll get your background and all that.
No, they won't. It's a First Amendment activity, man. You guys need to learn the law.
It's critical infrastructure. I gotta call the cops.
Call the cops and they're going to educate you, sir. All right, well, I'm out of here. I've been here for a while now.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Nothing, just taking some shots at the airport.
Okay.
They came out all dumb, saying I couldn't do this, and I told them it's First Amendment protected activity, so
Yeah.
they can't tell me what to do on public property.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they think that you're videotaping the power
I am.
plant. Okay. All right. Do you have any ID on you by chance?
No, in California law, I don't have to provide ID unless like I'm being legally booked, and I'm not doing nothing illegal, so no, you're not gonna get my ID.
Okay.
When security guards threatened to call the police to educate him on the law, High Desert Community Watch immediately fires back by asserting his freedom of speech and press protected by the First Amendment. The security personnel's behavior demonstrates a severe lack of legal knowledge, as they mistakenly view public filming as an activity that must be suppressed. The cameraman not only defends his rights, but also points out that these staff members are the ones requiring education to prevent further police misconduct. The core of this confrontation lies in the right to ID refusal. Under California law and the Fourth Amendment, an individual is under no obligation to provide identification unless the officer has a legal basis regarding a specific criminal offense. High Desert Community Watch executes ID refusal correctly because this is not a traffic stop or a crime scene. Maintaining a steadfast ID refusal is the most effective way to counter attempts at illegal coerced information. You should learn to stay calm yet firm in practicing ID refusal to safeguard your constitutional rights against groundless demands from authorities.
You have a good day, though.
All right. Well, do you mind if I get your name and date
No.
of birth?
No, thank you.
You don't want to give that to me?
No, my privacy. Why would I? You got a gun and all that stuff, and you might abuse my.
Go ahead and keep your hands out of your pockets from me, okay?
You know, it is a consensual stop. I'm gonna go. Okay. You have a good day. You can't order me to get my hands out of my pockets if it's a consensual stop, ma'am.
Actually, I can order you to get your hands out of your pockets. if
Okay,
I feel
you
like
need to go now, ma'am. You need to go. Don't be a cop if you're that afraid.
Okay, I'm trying to keep myself safe as well as my partner.
I'm
safe.
trying to keep safe. Can you please get your hand out of your gun?
Okay,
Keep your hands where I can see them, ma'am.
When you put
Please keep your hands where I can see them, ma'am. Get your hand off your gun, ma'am.
Sir, I need you to relax.
I'm with High Desert Community Watch. You're gonna get taught a big lesson.
Okay,
You better.
All I did, sir, was ask you to take your hands
You
out
know,
of
that's
your
not a lawful order, ma'am. I'm not being detained. You don't just show up and I'm your property.
cussing
I don't care. Don't tell me what to do.
asking you questions.
Kick rocks. Go do your job.
It was a consensual stop.
Yeah, so kick rocks. Don't tell me to get my hand out of my pocket. I'm not your property, ma'am.
asked you to get your hand
No, I'm not. I don't have to do anything. You asked me, ma'am.
When I asked you
No, you asked. That's a question. I'm declining.
for my safety.
No, not your safety. Do you see a gun on me? No.
Tension erupts as the San Bernardino female deputy attempts to impose authority during what should be a consensual encounter. High Desert Community Watch demonstrates legal expertise by identifying police misconduct when the deputy places her hand on her firearm and orders him to remove his hands from his pockets. This is an unlawful order because the cameraman is not legally detained based on any specific criminal suspicion. Under the Fourth Amendment, law enforcement has no right to control your movements or person without reasonable suspicion. The legal core here is the absolute right to ID refusal. High Desert Community Watch asserts he is not government property and flatly executes ID refusal despite the intimidating pressure. He points out that if the officer feels unsafe during a non-coercive encounter, she should be the one to leave rather than violating personal liberties. Standing firm on ID refusal in this situation is correct to prevent the escalation of unlawful authority. When faced with officers abusing safety concepts to issue illegal commands, practicing ID refusal and demanding constitutional compliance is the only way to protect your civil rights.
No, but I don't know what you have in your pocket.
I don't know what you have. Are you under investigations for shooting anybody?
Actually, sir, I am.
Internal affairs? Are you under investigation? How do I know that? How do I know that?
Because I'm telling you, I had a call for service.
That doesn't matter.
As a peace officer to come and make sure everything's okay.
How are you going to do that, ma'am?
By talking to you.
And how are you going to make anything okay by talking to me?
Because I need to make sure that you're not.
How are you going to make sure? That's my question. How are you going to make sure?
Asking you, just
My
like I
intent.
did.
You're going to know my intent?
Sir, when I get a call for service, it's my job to come out and make sure that the.
If it's a legal activity, ma'am, if it's a legal activity, you have nothing to do with
All
me.
I know is
And he
that
knows.
you're
I'm with High Desert
authority.
Community Watch. You're making yourself look dumb on YouTube, ma'am. I'm on public property. Whatever the boogeyman or whatever they're afraid of doesn't trump my rights, ma'am. And I'm not going to get my hand out of my pocket, and I'm not going to give you ID because I know that's what you're used to, but that's not lawful, ma'am. Okay? It's a consensual stop. You can't. I'm not your property. Okay.
I never said that you were
well,
my
then
property,
you can't. I'm 50 years. I'm old enough to be your dad, and you're gonna sit there and tell me to get my hands out of my pocket?
Yes,
Screw off.
Officer, that is an officer safety issue.
Okay. Well, then you guys should leave so you guys are safe. Go find the real criminals. Go do your job. I spoke to them. I told them what I was doing. I don't understand what the problem is.
The confrontation concludes as the female deputy attempts to use officer safety and intent investigation as leverage to force cooperation. High Desert Community Watch dismantles every police argument by asserting that vague fears cannot trump a citizen's constitutional rights. He flatly maintains ID refusal, knowing that during a lawful activity on public property, the police lack the legal standing to interrogate personal intent. The deputy's behavior exemplifies police misconduct by trying to convert a consensual encounter into an unlawful interrogation, violating Fourth Amendment protections. High Desert Community Watch was legally correct to uphold ID refusal and refuse the pocket order, as he was not under arrest or part of a crime scene. Persisting with ID refusal forced the officers to face the reality that they had no evidence of a crime. The key takeaway is that you are under no obligation to satisfy an officer's curiosity or subjective fear. ID refusal is the most powerful legal barrier to stop overreach and force law enforcement to return to their actual duties instead of harassing innocent civilians. In summary, High Desert Community Watch earns an A grade for his absolute steadfastness and legal expertise. He brilliantly utilized the right to ID refusal to protect his First and Fourth Amendment rights, successfully neutralizing potential police misconduct. Conversely, the San Bernardino female deputy receives a D grade for abusing safety commands to exert authority during a consensual encounter without any legal basis for reasonable suspicion. The core legal principle showcased is the right to ID refusal when no specific criminal suspicion exists. The key takeaway is that you are not obligated to obey unlawful orders, such as removing hands from pockets or presenting ID unless legally detained. Always practice ID refusal calmly and firmly, just as High Desert Community Watch did, to safeguard your personal liberties. Remember to subscribe to ID Refusal 101 to master your legal knowledge. And please support the original creator, High Desert Community Watch, to help spread the spirit of constitutional supremacy.
Knowing your rights isn't being difficult, it's being prepared. If this video helped you understand your legal rights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below, tell us your story, ask a question, or suggest the next encounter we should break down. This is ID Refusal 101, where we teach the basics of your right. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.